Hey, what's up, stock tankers? This is Ryan with Stock Tank Pools, and today on this video I'm going to show you how to keep your stock tank pool nice and clear and blue easily all summer long. Stay tuned. Okay, so there's really two components to keeping your pool nice and blue and clear all summer long. The first one is to make sure you remove all the physical debris and sediment out of your pool. And so with that, you're gonna actually wanna use a pump. And you can see that my hose is hanging over there because I kind of took the simple route. There is a simple way to do this. You don't necessarily have to drill holes and install the intake and outtake from the pump necessarily. You can just drape them over. You can do something simple. Keep it easy, just start simple. The second component is you actually need to manage the chemistry of your water. And this is where a lot of people tend to kind of miss the boat there. You'll see a lot of pools with a pump on them, but they're still kind of cloudy and a little green and brown. And that's where you have to make sure you manage the chemistry of the water to prevent algae from growing. So the best way to do that is just with regular chlorine tablets. And this is what I use. This is a combination. This is actually a $4 from Amazon spa and pool floaty, and it just unscrews here, and I put a couple of 1-inch chlorine tablets in here. Not the 3-inch. There are 3-inch and 1-inch. You want to make sure that you get the smaller 1-inch for this particular size, and you can find the link to those in the description below. $4 on Amazon, super cheap. And then these are the Chemtech 1-inch chlorine tablets that I use. They work really well. Also in the description below. So kind of to take it, kind of show you what exactly I do. This actually has a kind of handy little opener here, so you can actually control how much chlorine gets dispensed in your pool. So what I actually like to do, because this is a relatively small body of water compared to a larger pool, I actually like to keep this all the way closed. Now, there's a couple holes in the bottom, so don't worry, you're still getting some, but if you really wanted to, let's say you had, maybe you had an algae problem and you were trying to get rid of it fast, maybe you would open this up all the way. But for normal use, I just like to keep this closed all the way. And that allows your chlorine tablets to last a little bit longer. So usually I'll get about a week out of 2 tablets. I find that's kind of a good ratio. 2 tablets per week seems to keep my pool nice and clear without any algae. And with not too much chlorine, actually. It's not really harsh on the eyes. We put our 10-month-old baby in here. She's just fine. Not too much of a smell, so it works pretty well. So that's it. 2 really simple things. Number 1, you need to get the debris out with a pump and a filter. Sometimes you will need to use a skimmer. You can get a little $12 skimmer. There's also a link in the description for a low-cost skimmer. Keep the debris out. And number 2 is just to manage your chemistry. And there are a number of pool kits out there for more money, but for my bang for my buck and the ease of use, I find just putting a couple of chlorine tablets in each week does the trick and is all that you need to keep your stock tank pool nice and clear and blue like this. Okay, so one last tip for you. Every now and then you may end up with a green pool. And that could be from a number of reasons. Let's say maybe you forgot to put chlorine in the dispenser, or you forgot to filter it, or you just had a lot of heat or a lot of people in the pool. There's really 2 options you've got in that case. Number 1, the simple solution is just drain the pool, clean it out, get rid of all the water, scrub the sides, make sure you get all the algae off, and then refill it. The second option, if you don't want to go through that, is you can actually buy a shock and test strip kit, which will allow you to test the water to see how far out you are. For pH and the chemicals, and the shock will actually shock it physically applies a lot of chemicals into the water, which actually shocks and kills all of the algae and things that might be growing in the water, which will allow you to kind of get control of your pool. So that's what I would recommend. Either if you lose control of the water, drain it and refill it. Make sure you scrub the sides, get all the algae out. Or just go ahead and use a shock and a test strip kit, which I'll put a link in the description for as well. So that's it. 2 easy tips to keep your pool nice and clear easily all summer long. If you like this video, I'd appreciate it if you go ahead and hit the like button below. And if you want to hear from me in the future for future videos, go ahead and hit the subscribe button so you'll be notified. Thanks for watching and have a fantastic day.